Hello, welcome to Gods of Guitar episode number 6, and today we're going to be looking at the immortal, the icon, the original riff master, the godfather of heavy metal, if you will, Mr. Tony Iommi. Now, Tony Iommi's career has spanned quite a long time, from '69 really up until the last couple of years with the end of Black Sabbath. And really the one member that was constant throughout the entire reign of Black Sabbath. But he was also in bands such as Jethro Tull, Heaven and Hell with Ronnie James Dio. He did some stuff with Ozzy back in the 90s and even, I'd say, mid-2000s. But really, for the most part, Tony Iommi is known for Sabbath. And that really inventive guitar sound that he really had. And like most things, Tony Iommi, it wasn't really a great start for them. They were originally known as Earth, and they were kind of in that phase of what to do, where to go now. And after he came back from Jethro Tull, where he said he learned a lot from him, especially about practice and getting up early, practicing, making sure stuff sounds really good. And he came back to Black Sabbath. Also, Tony had parts of his fingertips missing due to a freak accident, a job he had, sheet metaling and stuff. So he really had to invent a way for himself to play guitar and also pretty much be able to not give up on it, is more what I want to say. But anyway, if you're looking for songs or something to really get into Tony Iommi, I would highly suggest the original Black Sabbath song. Fantastic. Has just this haunting rhythm to it that's really good. It's quite mesmerizing. And a lot of Tony Iommi, guitar solos are really good, but to me what makes Tony Iommi an absolute guitar god is those rhythms and riffs he was able to write and do them both. But also other songs like NIB, Evil Woman, War Pigs, which can kind of get a little bit repetitive, but it's a great song. It's a great rhythm. Starts off that bluesy sliding up and down the fretboard. Just great stuff, and then into the guitar solo and guitar work, which is actually quite complicated, that solo, trying to break it down. Other songs, Paranoid, the iconic just riff. Finished with my woman cause she couldn't help me with my mind. Just great song. Then into the immortal Iron Man. Once again, great Doom sounding album off of here. And then the Doom masterpiece to me, Hand of Doom. I love that song. One of my top 5 favorite Black Sabbath songs of all time. Hand of Doom. Then on to songs like Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, Into the Void, Snowblind. My personal favorite, all-time favorite Black Sabbath song, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Great song. Heavy as shit. That's one thing you'll really notice about on that song, is how damn heavy that song really is. Hole in the Sky, Heaven and Hell, Neon Nights, God is Dead, The Headless Cross, End of the Beginning. Many eras. Tony Iommi's riffs, and it was said by guys like Brian May that like they jammed with him, and the amount of tapes he had of just riffs was astounding. Like Black Sabbath, that's really what made Black Sabbath. That, and he was able to work very well with a very tight rhythm section of Geezer Butler and Bill Ward, and work around the vocals of Ozzy and Ronnie James Dio, and one of my personal favorites, the Tony Martin era, which Tony Martin to me is one of the most criminally underrated vocalists that Sabbath really has. They always remember Dio and they know Ozzy, but Tony Martin's right up there with them. Fantastic singer. Glenn Hughes as well, very good singer. But looking at what makes Tony Iommi great is the fact that listening to it, it really feels like it's a feeling, like they're playing by feel, this doomy stuff but there's also a lot of soul to it at times. Sabbath isn't just pumping out the same stuff really over and over and over again where it gets repetitive. The stuff gets more complex. It gets more vocally challenging, I guess, at times. The music takes whole different directions. They're not just staying one simple thing. They're doing all this stuff. Tony Iommi once said that or I believe it's him or Geezer Butler, said they never really thought of themselves as heavy metal. They thought of themselves as rock and roll. And I think that's a great way to really step back, look at it, and appreciate it. And Tony Iommi, to me, could do a lot of different stuff. Blues, metal, doom metal, really. I guess you could throw that all into metal. Rock and roll. And what separated, to me, Tony Iommi from a few different guitar players is his onstage presence. Is you always hear him, and I seen them live. I didn't care much for the concert. It wasn't the music. Music was good. The part I really didn't like about seeing Black Sabbath was the fact that the concert was so damn short, especially after they postponed it on us pretty much with very little notice. We had to drive in from out of town, so it was quite a letdown to know, oh, there's no concert tonight. It's like, well, that would have been nice to know before we got in the car. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Gods of Guitar episode number 6, Tony Iommi. Just fantastic. One of the best guitar players of his era. And really, from the looks of it, seems like just a really nice guy in general. But anyway, that's me here signing out. Peace.